All right, wicked. We're back now for part 3 of episode 3. You're on now with the guys, me, Leon, Semps. I'm going to put my socials down there.
You got Patrick Tyrant, obviously, Spurs through and through. And you cut me, I bleed blue.
Hey, Jay, you're going to have to come with some sort of tagline, you know?
Time for that. Arsenal fan, come on.
And you're on now watching Everyone's a Pundit. So we're going to get into another topic right now. What I wanted to discuss this week was big things. Gareth Bale. Zizou. Yeah. Gareth Bale and Zizou are on some madness. Or am I saying Zizou's on some madness? Because I think he's treating Bale like my man some sort of cleaner or something out here, boy. It's crazy. And we were discussing, it kind of blew up in the group.
Yeah.
Because you put up a stat that Gareth Bale has got better stats than Zizou at Real Madrid.
It ruffled a few feathers.
I
posted
feathers.
it. All I did is I was on, I think, Bleacher Report. And I was like, right. It took me aback. I was surprised. So I posted it. People just, what do you mean? What are you trying to say? I was like, listen, all I did is post it. So that alone was a great topic and a great argument or conversation starter. Yeah. And by no means was I saying that Gareth Bale is better than Zidane.
You wasn't, no?
No, I didn't even say anything. All I did is I posted the picture and then I put an eye.
The eye smiley.
Yeah, that was it. So I didn't say anything. And then the thing alone did the talking. But it is a funny one because stats can be used for and against any argument.
Anything,
and, again, they're two completely different players. Yeah. One plays as a forward winger, one's a midfielder. So again, the stats kind of, they could be looked at. I mean, for Zidane to have that many goals and assists from that position is amazing. So, but the point is that we was just looking at how badly Gareth Bale's been treated. The fact that this guy is, he's won 4 Champions Leagues. Is definitely a world-class player. He's a difference whenever Wales play. He's been a difference for Madrid in big finals. He's won them many a game, and the guy can't even get on the pitch at the moment.
Why do you think Zizou's carrying on like that?
He just doesn't rate him.
Just don't rate him,
Don't rate him. I don't know if Gareth Bale hasn't helped himself, because they're saying he hasn't embraced the culture.
Yeah, exactly. We're hearing
he hasn't learnt the language. He's been there since how many years? What?
It's for 2013. He moved.
2013. So you should have learnt the language.
Yeah, I know.
Even Chipper's talking about learning the language. He's been there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, to not learn the language when you live. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he's just there learning languages or taking classes. He lives there. Everyone talks Spanish. I mean, as English people, we are very lazy. No matter where you go in the world, you will find someone that speaks English, and it always pulls us out of a hole. It could be in Thailand, Mexico, wherever, and someone will talk English. The fact that these people all know English, all know a second language, and we don't even know another language, that says it all. Do you know what I mean? So, Gareth Bale, you've lived in Spain for all these years, and you still can't speak Spanish properly. Yeah. That's mental. It's mad. And then going back to what you're saying, Jay, the fact that he doesn't embrace the culture, he doesn't hang out with his teammates. He doesn't.
But I heard that, and I was thinking, is it that he don't hang out with his teammates because, his teammates are not really on hanging out with him, or is it? I don't know. Is it like he's just not? Is it a thing? Surely there must be somebody that you get along with, innit?
Of course, I'm sure.
But then I'm thinking, for you not to hang out with your teammates, then have your teammates then just turn their back on you.
Yeah, but I think when you move anywhere, like say for example, you move to a new workplace tomorrow. Yeah. When you go through the doors, everyone's looking at you. People want to see how you act. People will be friendly to an extent, but it's also up to you to make a move. Introduce yourself, hang out. Oh, Jay, we're going down to the pub for drinks afterwards. Do you want to come? If you keep saying no, after the 4th time, they'll be like, fuck yeah. I think it goes both ways. You know what I mean? So again, we don't know. We're not there. We're just hearing things and see. But it is crazy because he is a world-class player and he's been one of their biggest players. So the fact now that he's just been almost ostracized is mental.
So what is it now? What's this China deal that's been talked about? Have you seen it, Jay?
Yeah. I've seen. I haven't read much into it, but I've seen that he's talking about getting China for getting paid £1 million.
£1 million a week.
52 million a year, which is crazy. I mean, he's on about 500, 600k a week now.
Bale at his age shouldn't be getting China, man. He's 29?
No, 30 now.
30.
Yeah,
30. He's still got a few years at top European.
But you know what though? You say that, but he's 30 years old. He's injury prone. How much game time is he really going to get at another one?
That's another thing. So they were saying as well, reason why Bale's camp are so anti Real Madrid is that they say that they don't treat him properly in terms of looking after him. So a lot of his injuries are muscle injuries. He's a really quick, athletic kind of guy. So they should be putting training programs together that actually reflect how the player plays and also look after him in terms of, you know, on the physio bench. Have, you know, like, I don't know, like certain things that look after that type of player. They're not doing that, hence why he keeps getting injured. And then so there's loads of things that.
But he's a professional footballer, so he should be able to look after himself.
There you go, exactly.
I think that's a little bit. I think it's one of these things where you can't read too much into what we hear, but just reading between the lines, it's probably down to himself, man, as to why Zizou's just not really fancying him.
Yeah, because Bale's not a crap player.
He's not.
He's not a crap player.
So there must be something going on behind the scenes where, like you're saying, he's just not putting in his weight. He's not putting in enough effort. His attitude's not good enough.
Yeah, he's not really embracing the team, the culture. I don't know, but it does. It upsets me to a degree, to be honest, because if he does go China, but they're saying that it is looking that way, I'll be upset because even, I mean, as a Tottenham fan, I never expected Bale to come back to Tottenham. I mean, I always hoped and dreamed that, you know, you never know, one day, hopefully it could happen. But I would have loved to see Bale in one of the best leagues performing.
But you know what now? Like, when Bale left, he was your prized asset.
Yeah.
Now him coming back to Spurs, Spurs are a level above where you was. So it would make sense now for him to come back to Spurs. In my eyes,
we'd have loved it, but it's the wages. Like, who's gonna pay 600k a week? No one's paying that.
Is he really on that type of wages?
That's what they say, 100%. Yeah, 500 to 600. No one in England can pay that.
So that might be why they're not on him. It's just like, you're getting paid this big money. You're getting paid big P, but you hardly play. Because you're injured a lot.
It's crazy. I mean, even the fans jeer him and boo him.
Yeah, that's what
you can't again. That's crazy.
You can't do that.
But Real Madrid fans,
they're heartless.
Yeah,
they're heartless.
Like,
I'm not really. They got onto Ronaldo's back at one time, innit?
I mean, look at this. Hazard's unveiling when he was doing his kick-ups and this and that. They were shouting Mbappe. So even
no way,
100%. Go and check it out.
Serious.
At the Hazard unveiling, there was sections of the crowd who were shouting, "We want Mbappe. We want it." How disrespectful is that?
Yeah.
Them guys are just they don't care, innit? Galacticos. That's all they care about. Every year they want a new Galactico in, and they know that they can more often than not get whoever they want. So they're ruthless over there, man.
They're arrogant, boy.
That's the right word, you know.
Yeah,
arrogance.
Them sets of fans are arrogant, and it probably filters down from the president all the way down to the manager. Then it goes to the player, and then has Gareth Bale created that sense of arrogance as well as to why Zizou's coming in thinking, no, you're not the type of player I want, and then it's gone down to the fans as well. But
for his sake, it's best that he leaves, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, he needs to go, innit?
Yeah, because he'll get frozen out otherwise.
Yeah, he needs to leave.
You can't have a player like that frozen out.
How much would he be going for?
That's the thing. I don't.
If he was to go for as a normal transfer now, 30 years old.
If
30 years old, 30 years old.
You'd be looking at about 100.
Yeah, well, I'd say about near 100.
I would say
that's too much.
I would say that, but then I'd also say that any club that buys Gareth Bale knows that the club doesn't want him, so they've got that bargaining chip. Because, for example, if you guys are after Zaha, for example, or Pepe or whoever, you know that club sees them as an asset and doesn't want to let them go. Or Tierney, that's a good example. So you know that you want the player, you value him at this much, Celtic value him at this much, and they say, we don't want to let the player go, so if you want this guy, you need to pay X amount. With Gareth Bale, you know that the club doesn't want him. So 80 mil, I'd say that.
I think 100 mil's too much anyway.
Yeah.
For a player he's 30 now, and he's not going to give you a full season.
Know, but you got to look at his credentials as well, though. The guy's won 4 Champions Leagues, won Liga.
You see, he's won 4 Champions Leagues, but he's been in a team. Can you really say that he's won 4 Champions Leagues? How much of those Champions League campaigns did he actually play?
Oh, well, I remember this final against Atletico Madrid where he knocked the ball literally out.
No, I didn't. I said the campaign, not just campaign. One final like that.
I don't know,
because I don't believe he's played much in those campaigns. Not a major role. You get what I'm saying.
I get you.
So he's just been a part of a team that's won 4. Don't get me wrong. He's played his part in finals. You get me? The overhead kick comes to mind more recently. But yeah, man, like I don't think I don't think he's the player that he was.
No, of course not.
Before.
It's a big gamble.
So 100 mil for me is too much for Gareth Bale.
Even when you look at Ronaldo, even when Ronaldo went to Juventus,
and that was 100 mil.
100 mil, but you know Ronaldo's in peak condition.
He's a
physical specimen as it is, and you know that guy's on holiday working out. You know, you look at his Instagram. Every day he's in the gym. He's in the you know, he looks after himself. So certain players, you know that no matter the age, you're getting someone at the top of their. Do you know what I mean? With Gareth Bale, we don't.
Just see him playing golf.
And that's another thing. That's another reason. They're saying that, you know, because golf takes a lot of strain on your hips, on your feet. It's
and your back
sport.
and all of that.
And they've told him to tone it down, and again, he's come back and allegedly he's still playing golf all the time and this and that, and they're not like, this guy's not serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy. So anyway, that rounds up. I'll say that rounds up episode 3. I'm nearly gonna forget what it was. That's Everyone's a Pundit. We just been talking about Gareth Bale. What do you lot think about Gareth Bale? Do you think that Zizou, and I say Zizou, is Zinedine Zidane for those of you that don't know? Do you think Zinedine Zidane...
They don't know that. They shouldn't be watching that. I was gonna say that. No, let me not say it, but then...
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, anybody watching this should definitely know who Zizou is. Boy. But yeah, do you think that his treatment of Gareth Bale is wrong? Do you think that Gareth Bale's worth around 100 mil? And do you think that he's just going to China just for the money? I'll just finish off by saying I think he's clearly wanted to stay. They don't want him. So if he does end up going China, I don't think that we can just say it's for the money.
It's a difficult one because he's almost his price, his wages alone have cut.
It's cut him out of the market for a lot of teams. Right. So you have to take a pay cut. But then you say if you're not willing to take a pay cut and...
But yeah, that's a good point because he could take a pay cut. Let's be real. The guy's made so much money, he could take a pay cut. So that's another point.
If he's serious, he will.
Yeah.
So maybe it is about the money. Yeah. What do you lot think? Is it about the money? Leave your comments on the Insta, on the YouTube. And anyway, some of you as well, if you're on Twitter, I'm going to put the socials on there. Get at us on Twitter as well. But guys, I thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And until next week, we're out. Peace.
Have a good one, lads.
Nice one.